Hey, football fans, it's time for another episode of Breaking Wax. If it's your first time here, thanks for stopping by. I'm the football guy and I collect football cards, and this is my show where I add to my collection by opening packs from the past. Now remember, subscribe to the channel and you'll get notifications every time I post a new video like this. Now let's rip into it. Okay, before we get into our rip today, I just wanted to remind all of you about a contest over at the Wax Pack Dad's channel. If you don't know who he is and you like my channel, you should check out his channel because he rips packs of baseball, football, basketball, and hockey cards, and he puts an 80s spin on it. It's really cool stuff, and he's actually running the contest right now. And he's giving away rookie cards for Ken Griffey Jr. He's a baseball player. I'm the football guy, and I know who he is, so you probably know who he is too. So I'm going to leave some details down in the description. Check it out when you have time. Okay, today we're going to open 3 packs of 1990 Score NFL football cards. We've got 1-pack Series 1, 2-pack Series 2, 16 cards in each pack. Let's go ahead and rip into it and see who's waiting for us on the inside. All right, we've got Art Monk, a really nice receiver for the Redskins. Troy Aikman, quarterback for the Cowboys. Phil Simms, quarterback for the Giants. Jeff Donaldson for the Oilers, looks like a defensive back. Merril Hoge, running back for the Steelers. Steve Young, quarterback for the 49ers. Look at that. There's the back of the card, nice big picture here. Only 1 season stats, so there you go. Got some kind of Super Bowl trivia card. That's interesting. Steve DeBerg, quarterback for the Chiefs. A lot of quarterbacks today. Steve Wisniewski, offensive lineman for the Raiders. Pete Mandley, looks like a wide receiver for the Chiefs. Steve Smith, running back for the Raiders. Percy Snow, linebacker. Looks like a rookie. Who's he playing for here? Doesn't say who he's drafted by here. Don't see the team name. So he's a rookie. Lynn James, wide receiver, rookie. Eric Sievers, Patriots. Looks like maybe a tight end. Ralf Mojsiejenko, punter for the Redskins. Gil Bird, looks like a running back maybe for the Chargers. Kevin Porter, DB for the Chiefs. Strong safety. All right, that's pack number 1. Let's get into pack number 2. This is Series 2, don't forget. Let's see here if I can just pick this up. There we go. All right. David Galloway, looks like a defensive lineman for the Cardinals. Jarvis Williams, running back for the Dolphins. Lewis Tillman, running back for the Giants. Freeman McNeil, running back for the Jets. Ken Sims, looks like probably a defensive lineman, defensive end, yeah, for the Patriots. Chris Martin, linebacker for the Chiefs. Carl Mecklenburg, All-Pro linebacker for the Broncos. Jerry Rice, All-Pro wide receiver for the 49ers. Jay Hilgenberg, All-Pro center for the Bears. Andre Waters, looks like a safety for the Eagles. Perry Kemp, maybe a wide receiver for the Packers. Greg Cragen, defensive lineman for the Broncos. Tim Ryan, rookie, defensive end. Clarence Kay, wide receiver for the Broncos. Ed Reynolds, looks like defensive lineman for the Patriots. Oh, no, he's a linebacker. Doug Flutie, quarterback for the Patriots. That's pack number 2. Let's go to pack number 3. All right, Anthony Carter, wide receiver for the Vikings. Stanley Morgan, wide receiver for the Patriots. Mark Robinson, safety for the Buccaneers. Freeman McNeil, we got a double. Running back for the Jets. Mike Gann, looks like an offensive lineman. Defensive end for the Falcons. Mark Lee, cornerback for the Packers. Tim Harris, we got a Crunch Crew card. Look at that. That's something. Tim is a great athlete. He has a rare combination of speed and power for such a big man, according to Bears running back Neil Anderson. Maurice Carthon, looks like a running back for the Giants. Tony Jordan, running back for the Cardinals. Reggie Williams, linebacker for the Bengals. Got a couple rookies here. Tim Grunhard, he's a guard. Peter Tom Willis, quarterback. Oh, little Joe Morris, running back for the Giants. He was a good running back. Another Doug Flutie card, quarterback for the Patriots. Matt Millen, looks like a linebacker for the 49ers. And Matt Barr, kicker for the Browns. So there you go. That's cards for today's episode. Now be sure to stick around for the recap and my favorite 5 cards from this rip. Okay, now it's time for my favorite 5 cards out of the rip today. But before we get started, I wanted to go over some cards that have some interesting notes here. We pulled a bunch of rookie cards, 5 rookie cards out of this pack. The first one was Peter Tom Willis. He was drafted by the Bears in the 3rd round. He was 63rd selection overall and played 4 years in the league. Tim Ryan, he was also drafted by the Bears in the 3rd round, 61st overall, which is kind of interesting that they were both taken within 2 picks of each other, and they both played 4 years in the league. Tim Grunhard, he was drafted by the Chiefs in the 2nd round, 40th overall. He played 11 years in the league. He's a one-time Pro Bowler. He was probably the best out of the bunch of these 5 rookies. The next one is Percy Snow. He was drafted by the Chiefs in the 1st round, 13th overall. So again, these 2 are by the Bears, these 2 are by the Chiefs, so that's pretty interesting. Percy Snow played 4 years in the league. And then the last one was Lynn James. He was drafted by the Bengals in the 5th round, 122nd overall, and he only played 2 years in the league. So I just thought that was kind of interesting. I wanted to share that with you guys. So those are the interesting notes there. And now we'll move on to our honorable mentions. Pulled a bunch of quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, and you know, I'm trying to shine a light on some of the players that I enjoyed watching on TV. So these honorable mentions might be more obvious players, right? Like Troy Aikman, Phil Simms, Steve Young. These guys everybody knows. You know, Steve DeBerg we talked about before. Doug Flutie, Freeman McNeil, Joe Morris, the great Jerry Rice, Steve Wisniewski, Matt Barr, good kicker for the Browns, Matt Millen, another good player for the 49ers. So those are the honorable mentions. Now we'll go ahead and get into my actual favorite 5. The first one is going to be Art Monk, really good wide receiver for the Redskins. He played 16 years in the league. He's a Hall of Famer. He was a 3-time Pro Bowler. He made the first team All-Pro 1 time. He's a 3-time Super Bowl champ. Won the Super Bowl in 82, 87, and 91. And then he also led the league in receptions in 1984. The second one is going to be Stanley Morgan, another good receiver for the Patriots this time. 14 years in the league. He's a 4-time Pro Bowler. Led the league in yards per reception for 3 straight seasons, from 79 to 80 to 81. And he also led the league in receiving touchdowns in 1979 with 12. Keeping the receivers going here, we have Anthony Carter, a good wide receiver for the Vikings. Played 11 years in the league. 3-time Pro Bowler. Led the league in yards per reception in 1987. He had 24.3 yard average. He played with the Vikings with Wade Wilson, Tommy Kramer, Herschel Walker, and those guys in the late 80s and early 90s. The next one on here is kind of a fan favorite of mine, right? Merril Hoge. I'm a Steelers fan. I like to watch him play. He wasn't spectacular or anything like that. Solid runner. Played 8 years in the league. And something that I found out today that was kind of interesting, he played for the Bears in 1994, and he sustained 2 concussions. The second one, he had to actually be resuscitated on the field after he stopped breathing. He spent 48 hours in an intensive care unit. He was forced to retire due to the brain injury. He actually had to learn how to read again and experienced memory loss, confusion, and headaches. But since then, he's gone on to be an analyst for ESPN. So good for him. And then the last one I had to pull on here just because I like to say his name, Ralf Mojsiejenko. He's a punter for the Redskins. Played 7 years in the league. One-time Pro Bowler. And again, just fun to say his name. So those are my favorite 5. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. So I'll see you next week. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and I hope you found this episode entertaining. Please let me know in the comments who your favorite team is, or who some of your favorite players are, or which card from today's rip was your favorite or least favorite, and why. Don't forget, if you enjoyed the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel to get notifications every time there's a new video like this. See you next time.